Stewart, Robson, Shaka, Hislop join me for today's edition of Extra Time. Guys, let's get right into it. Of course, we nearly saw a scrap between Jurgen Klopp and Dyche at halftime of the Liverpool-Burnley match. First question, who would win in a fight, Klopp or Dyche? Robbo, who you taking?
I'm going to go for Dyche. I think he's a bit more solid in his build. I don't think Jurgen Klopp fancied the fight with Dyche. I'd go for Dyche every day. I think he could play dirty as well, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he looked like he fancied the fight walking down that tunnel. Shaka, who do you think would win?
Yeah, I've got Dyche all day long. I mean, it was kind of a typical Great Dane against a Chihuahua in the tunnel where the Chihuahua is making all the noise and running up and down, and the Great Dane just kind of looked back and thought, I'm not wasting my time with this. I'm just going to walk on. And that's kind of how it looked. Klopp making all kinds of noise, and Dyche couldn't be less bothered. I've got Dyche in a fight.
That's West Ham legend
Sebi, let me
Shaka
tell you,
Hislop
Sebi.
comparing Klopp to a Chihuahua. Robbo?
Let me tell you, Sebi, Jurgen Klopp would not want to get in a fight with anybody. He's just spent about £20,000 on those teeth those new teeth he had a couple of years ago.
They glow in the dark.
Knocked out.
You're right. Shaka, are you excited for the upcoming friendly between the U.S. men's national team and Trinidad and Tobago? Are you hoping to attend? This one will be played January 31st in Orlando. Shaka, you going to be there?
I most certainly will not be there. I don't plan to go outside of my house and Bristol, Connecticut, ESPN, when as needed. If I'm excited about it, no, I'm not. The US won in the last two international games, 12-2 in aggregate. Trinidad and Tobago hasn't played for far too long. We're over 100 in FIFA World Rankings. New coach, new administration, but I'm worried. I just feel that this is too big a bite.
Robbo, you love a good question about a right back. Stewart, is Cancelo the best right back in the league right now?
He's a good right back, and at least you pronounced his name right this time, rather than the last time I was on Extra Time and you pronounced somebody's Simon Chair, I think you called him.
I did.
Thank
you for bringing that up, Robbo. That was like a week ago.
Yeah, well, I didn't hear it, so I answered rather stupid. Anyway,
you can't tell people
playing very well at the moment. He played well on the right-hand side. He's played well on the left-hand side. He's a good player, but I don't think he's the best the right back in the Premier League at the moment. He might not even be the best right back at Manchester City on certain occasions.
Who is the Danish bloke's name that I messed up?
Simon Chair, I think. It's Simon Kier.
Oh, okay. There you go. Just so eloquent, Robbo.
Robbo holds a grudge, doesn't he? I mean, that's a weird grudge to hold all this time. You mispronounced his name last time, or was that Extra Time?
No, hang on. The reason I say it, Shaka, is because I then answered the question because I hadn't got a clue who he was talking about, and I thought I don't know this bloke, so I'm just going to say, well, at the moment he's not the best player in Serie A. If I'd have known it was Simon Kier, I could have spoken about him.
Yeah. Well, we know.
That's all right, Robbo. That's how I answer all my questions. I have no idea who anybody's talking about. I'm just rolling with the punches.
I'm the backup host here for many reasons. Primarily, it's because Dan Thomas is so good at pronunciations. I think that's really what it's all about. What were the most embarrassing? Oh, speaking of, what were the most embarrassing mistakes that you ever made in a match? Shaka, just as a goalie, I'm sure there's a lot there. But Robbo, for you, is there a big one that stands out?
Yes, I would say there was one that I still have nightmares over. I was playing at right back for West Ham against Southampton, and the ball came over, and I was the left winger was a very quick player called Danny Wallace, and I tried to pass it back to the goalkeeper, underhit it. Danny Wallace went past the goalkeeper. Tom McAllister was the West Ham goalkeeper and scored. I was embarrassed and didn't enjoy the next week getting loads of stick about it.
Shaka, your worst blooper?
I've spoken about this before. This was probably when I was playing for Pompey away to Charlton. We went 1-0 down, and then Patrick Berger, formerly of Liverpool, scored a volley from about 40 yards. I mean, it would have been contender for goal of the season easily. I mean, incredible goal to tie it up at 1-1. And then in the 89th minute, Charlton get a break. Somebody hits a shot, totally mishits it, kicks the floor. The ball comes bubbling to me, and somehow it managed to squirm under me and go in for Charlton to win at the death 2-1. I couldn't look Patrick in the eye. I played in a Masters event with Patrick Berger about years ago, and was still apologizing to him for that mistake 6 years ago. This has been 15 years after the incident. It was that bad.
All right. Yeah, it's hard to forget those. What was your go-to drink in your playing days? I think this is on-field, like training session drinks. Did you use boring water or a more exotic drink? Robbo, were there sports drinks back in your day?
Absolutely not. And this shows how long ago I was playing football. We used to train, and as we, on two parts of the. There was two parts of the training ground at Arsenal, and you did one session on one side, and then you used to walk through the dressing rooms to get to the other part of the training ground. And Don Howe, the coach, wouldn't let you drink water because he said it would make you get stitched. So you were always dehydrated. But we never knew anything different. So we never had water, never had rehydration drinks or anything like that. No wonder everybody was unfit.
Sorry, Robbo, when you say stitch, is that you mean like cramp?
Mm-hmm.
Cramp, okay.
Cramp, yes,
right,
cramp in the stomach, yeah.
So water gives you cramps.
Say, don't drink anything, yeah, don't drink anything.
To be fair, that is exactly what I was told growing up. So now playing football in Trinidad and Tobago, where it's 184 degrees every single day, you're playing football all day long, and you can't drink water because it gives you a stitch, and if you don't, it actually improves your fitness. That was the thinking back in the day.
Right. Sounds like real science to me. I don't know what you guys are complaining about. Final question here. Stewart, since you often like to bring up Shaka's Maserati, were you surprised to see Shaka's favorite player, Michail Antonio, crash his Lamborghini while dressed as a snowman? This was actually, I think, quite a while ago, but as a result of this incident, his insurance now costs him £20,000. Incredible. Robbo, what do you think?
Well, I know when Shaka was driving his red Maserati with the roof down outside the school gates all those years ago, his number plate of Shaka, that cost more than £20,000, just that. And the insurance for all the accidents he had, I think that must have been £20,000. So I think Michail Antonio has got it quite cheap, really, compared with Shaka.
Shaka, when did you start dressing up as a snowman?
Just to clear things up here, because this is sounding a little off. First of all, I did not have a red Maserati. Mm-hmm. I did not have a convertible Maserati. And when Robbo is talking about me driving around the school gates, he means to pick my kids up. Right. Just to clear up any uncertainty.
Thank you.
My kids up.
Okay.
Just to be clear.
Did you have a number plate saying Shaka?
Huh?
Did you have a number plate that read Shaka?
I had a number plate that read...
That silence is golden.
It didn't read Shaka to your exact question. It was an array of letters otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Shaka, did you ever pick your kids up from school in a snowman outfit or crash your car in a snowman outfit?
That I never did. I never drove wearing any odd outfits, and thankfully I've not crashed my car with my kids in it.
Robbo, final word?
I don't think I've crashed my car.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, there was a one-way system in this school car park, because my kids went to the same school as Shaka's did, and everybody adhered to it. You'd go down one way. There was one person that always used to go the wrong way down the one-way system, just because they wanted to get out a little bit quicker, and it was a Maserati with Shaka written on the back. That's all I'll say.
Excuse me, I'm Shaka Hislop, Hammer of the Year. I'm not sure if you know, but
that's not.
I'll be cutting to the front of the line.
Nothing about that is true. Don't encourage him, Seb. Don't encourage him.
No more encouraging here. No more encouraging. We'll leave it at that. Shaka, Robbo, thank you very much. Plenty more extra time on tomorrow's edition of ESPN FC. Kay Murray will be here to lead the charge. Don't miss it.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.